Today I am off to Rotorua again for camp number 2 on the run up to the Waka World Champs, and today I am incognito. Not intentionally, but because I'm trying to minimise the amount of luggage I have and it's cold and it's winter. So it'll be interesting to see how different my security experience is when they can't see my prosthetic leg. Aviation security, and I had to walk through a scanner which actually made it 10 times faster because the scanner just picked up belt buckles and things and not the knee replacement and not the leg. Winning. Having to wait till the end as usual. So yes, I have done my second training camp in Rotorua. Well, actually, O'Kerry Falls is where I went, and it has been an interesting experience, and not necessarily in a good way. So the camp itself, we are now getting a bit more specific with the width and the techniques for turning, because Waka races always have turns. Apparently the races will be 500 and 1,000 meters, and the course is usually 250 meters, so there's a bit more of a technical thing about it rather than just how fast can you paddle. It's the skill of turning multiple millions of times, and we've been playing around with seating positions, who should sit where. I have a rough idea of where I am going to be placed, but we've got some more equipment that we need to sort out for some of the wheelchair people, and we will be trying it again in another 5 weeks, and that will be our last camp. Coach is really happy with us and all the skills that we have been practicing and that sort of thing, and the weather was god awful. So Friday night it was beautiful. Saturday it started to rain in the morning and it got heavier and heavier, and we did 3 short sessions. By the afternoon it was raining stair rods and everyone was soaked, and the tumble dryer in the marae was working really hard. Saturday night it absolutely hammered down. We are in the Wharenui and it is wooden, with a wooden roof. Oh my god, that rain on Saturday night was really loud on a wooden roof. And we were kind of like, oh God, we're going to get wet again on Sunday. But actually it stayed dry, just a bit more wind than there had been the previous day. So yes, we've been figuring out some skills, sorting out starts, sorting out turns, and that sort of thing. But the one thing that was the biggest eye-opener for me was the fact that I chose to travel with trousers on for the first time and cover up the disability. Now, I wanted to see what would happen and how I'd be treated differently. I really was hoping it wouldn't make a difference, but oh God, it really did. Now, I've been on internal flights many times since I lost my leg, and usually there's a big melodrama with what sort of assistance I need, millions of questions asked. Usually it doesn't get done right. A wheelchair doesn't turn up when it should do, and I don't get asked to pre-board when I should, so I end up having to stand in line, which I can't do very well. Then when I'm going through security, there's usually multiple millions of questions about the knee replacement and about the prosthetic leg. I've had people ask me, can I take it off? I've had people take my crutches off me when I actually couldn't walk without them, all sorts of things. And I usually end up feeling like a criminal, heavily interrogated criminal. And it really does piss me off going through airports. But this time, well, oh my God. I walked up to the desk because if you book in as a wheelchair user, you have to physically pick up your ticket from the desk. You can't check in online. So I walked up to the desk, pushing my trolley, pushing my suitcase, carrying my paddle bag. I didn't have the crutches and I didn't have the wheelchair because I knew I wouldn't have to walk far or stand around long because the lake was right there in front of the marae. So I didn't need either of those things. So I walked up to the desk and I said, I'm a disabled traveller and I have to check in here. Now she said, okay, what sort of assistance do you need? I said, I need to be pre-boarded and I need a wheelchair between the gates in Auckland Airport. Okay, sweet. She typed it down, she checked in my luggage and away it went. And that was it. I went through the security and they've got a scanner machine that you now go through. It's different to prior. The last time I went, and you walk through this scanner machine, and normally it's ding, 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 all is metal, and we have an interrogation on the other side. Well, all that happened was I had to stand in a scanner like this, ding, 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 scan, and something lit up on my belt line, which I can only assume is the little metal stud that holds the stretchy waistband of the compression garment in place. I can only imagine it was that. She went, pim, pim, pim. Okay, great. And I was gone. I got pre-boarded. The wheelchairs turned up at the bottom of the ramps when they should have. And everybody was very lovely. Now, why is that? This happened both ways round and I had jeans on both times. Why is it I get treated better when I'm not physically looking disabled and sitting in a wheelchair or have physically got the leg on display? Why? So I'm a bit flabbergasted, to be honest, that there is so much physical judgment and physical discrimination based on how you look. It really makes me feel quite sad and really quite angry, actually. And that is the main thing that I learnt this weekend. It's, yeah, quite upsetting, really. So, next training camp is in 5 weeks, and then a couple of weeks after that, we're off to London. So, it's going to be back to the rowing machine for me. And yes, because my local clubs put their boats away for the winter. So I'm going to be indoors from now on. Anyway, have a good evening, morning, day, night, whatever time it is for you.